Hi there. In this video, I'll show you how to create an AI invoice extraction tool using Databutton. This tool enables you to upload a PDF invoice, extract the data using AI, store it directly into your integrated database, and export it to an Excel file. This is one example of thousands of tools being created by other Databutton users to automate their workflows. We'll start by creating a new app. When adding the tool description, what it does and who it's for, it helps to add sentences for each. So, for example, the tool description is an AI-powered app that reads PDF invoices and automatically extracts all the data. The next part is around what the tool does. Here we have added a flow that explains the pipeline for what we are automating. This example we have the user uploads an invoice PDF, AI extracts vendor amounts and line items, stores as a record and attaches the PDF, and finally, to review and export to Excel. If you are looking for a more complex pipeline, you can use this step to add additional requirements by uploading PDF files and explaining the workflow. In addition to this, if you have any visual inspiration, such as screenshots, you can add it here. Based on the information that we've provided in these steps, the agent has now created 5 initial tasks. We can see the plan and review it just to check it's in line with our expectations. It looks like the agent will build a landing page where I can upload the PDF, an API which will send the PDF to our database. It will then connect it to our upload interface, and then it will work on the invoice extraction using AI, and finally a task to display the invoice that has been added for reviewing. If you want to change anything about the plan, you can do this by chatting with the agent, or you can manually edit the tasks in the plan. This looks good to me. Let's start the first task. We can do this by clicking on the item and selecting Start Task. I'll speed up the video when the agent is working. The agent has powerful reasoning, which means it thinks through the plan before it acts. You can also see this trail of thought on your chat interface, along with the progress updates to keep you informed. It looks like the agent has completed the first task. We can inspect what's been done by reviewing the last updated progress by clicking on the item. Here it explains that the front shell is in place, and the next thing to do is to build the backend, which is what we expected. Let's mark this as done and move on to the next task. You can also start tasks by clicking on the Select Task icon in the bottom of the chat interface. This task was to create what is referred to as the backend and also an API. This means that the agent is writing Python code and creating an API that will send the data from the PDF file to our database. The agent writes the code and can test that it works. However, you may come across issues that the agent was not able to detect. In this example, you can see on the left side that the API file is red. In this case, you can tell the agent there's an issue. Tag the file by typing the hash key and selecting the relevant file name, and finally, by hovering over the file, you can see the error, which you can provide to the agent. The agent was able to resolve the issue and complete the task requirements. As we have completed 2 tasks, it's good practice to stop and ask the agent what we should expect to do and how you can test it. The agent informs us that at this stage it's not ready for testing. This helps to align expectations with what is and is not functional right now. The agent has explained that the next task is critical to connecting the front-end upload functionality with the back-end functionality that has just been completed. I'll mark this one as complete and start the next task. Great, this task is finished now. I'll take a look at the updated progress item to get a sense of what's been done. The agent is telling me that users can now upload the PDF invoices. During the task, the agent has created a data table for us to collect data about the PDF. So when you click on the Users and Data tab, you can navigate to the tables to see what's been added. It's a bit like adding column headers to a spreadsheet, ready to collect the data when it's added. I'll mark task 3 as complete and move on to task 4, where the agent is going to add the AI extraction functionality. The agent has selected to use OpenAI for this, but you can change this by speaking with the agent and letting it know what you want to do instead. Perhaps you prefer a Gemini model. But for now, I'm happy with the selection, so I'll start the task. The agent will prompt us for the API key. If you're not familiar with this, you can ask the agent to tell you where to get this information. The API key is then stored by the agent in the Databutton secrets to be used when the model is called. Another way to keep informed about what is happening is to navigate to the plan and select the task. The agent is keeping the task updated with activity notes. As the task is complete, we can check here to get a sense of what was completed and how it was done. When returning to the preview, I see a similar error to what we had earlier. We can just use the same method to communicate this issue to the agent and let the agent correct that for us. Now that we have quite a few tasks complete, I'll ask the agent how we can test this. It looks like it's ready for testing, so the first step is to log in to the tool. You'll notice on your home page there is a user icon in the top right corner of the page. This is the native authentication feature that protects your integrated database. You'll notice here on the Invoices API that there is a shield. This means that for this API to run, you need to be authenticated. Let's do that now. I'll sign in using Google. For testing, I created 3 mock invoice PDFs with different formatting. I'll now upload one and see how the pipeline works. So I can see an error here in the logs below. We can communicate this error to the agent with one click. Click on the spanner icon in the console. This will send the entire log to the agent. It's a collaborative process where I test the physical upload and the agent tweaks the code based on the logs. After a few test iterations, we've collaboratively fixed the error and we can see that the tests were successful. Let's check the database. Click on Users and Data and select the table. We can see the entry for the uploaded file here. For the line items in the invoice, we have a separate table. When I check this against the PDF file, we can see the line items were added correctly. So the final task was to create an interface that allows us to review all the invoice items. Let's do that now. Now we have completed all the initial tasks, we want to also include a way to see the PDF and also export the data to a file I can open in Excel. We can do this by explaining the features that we want to the agent and asking it to create the tasks for us. The agent creates 2 new tasks to handle these features. The first feature is a way to review the PDF and the entry. We can now do this by navigating from the home page to the item by clicking Review. I can see the PDF here and I can download it to my computer. I can review the item and accept it as correct. This provides the human in the loop to validate the entries before they are committed. The final feature was the ability to export the approved invoices as a file that I can open in Excel. Here we have a download button that successfully does this. We are really excited to see how you use Databutton to automate your workflows.